Hey, it's Todd Ault. It's March 23rd. This is the 35th or 36th episode. 36th episode. Even I can't keep it straight. This may be the greatest show about risk, but who knows? That's a forward-looking statement. We could be full of it. We hope it becomes the greatest show about risk. I started this show to create Risk On, to talk about the risks I've been taking for the last 32 years and how I've built what I've built and lost what I've lost. I've had winners, I've had losers, but I've kind of hung in there. Those people who know me, some people say I'm a pit bull. Some people say, I don't know what they say. I'm overweight maybe. But one thing for sure is that I never give up. And this is a show about risk and how you take it and what we do. And we started off with stocks and real estate. We've started off with a little bit of poker, a little bit of gaming. We're going to add all that risk together, risk on real estate, other things we're working on. Hopefully you guys like the show. We love it. Starting to get some traction. We're excited about it. We're on KEIB every weekend at 1 o'clock, 11:50 a.m. Los Angeles and Orange County, and the iHeartRadio app. But let's get to the market. Jason is not off, but he's on an important call, and so he will be back shortly. Dow Jones Industrial Average down 308. NASDAQ down 149.95 or 85, one of the two. I can't read it. S&P down 30. Gold 17.26, oil 57.64, and the 10-year is at 1.62. Actually, the yield was down a little bit. That's strange to see the rally down. VIX was up a little bit to 20.33. The VIX is actually not really doing much. I'm surprised. I saw the day today. It felt like a really weak day. Across the board, POWW, for all you home gamers, you know I'm long that stock. About at this point, about 700,000 shares because they sold 40,000 yesterday. Biden talks about the Colorado shooting in Boulder. Hurts the gun stocks, hurts the ammunition stocks. POW pulls back a little bit today, POWW. Listen, what happened in Colorado is terrible. And I'm not going to comment on, I've heard today that it possibly was a terrorist act. I don't exactly know, but I tend not to get involved in geopolitical stuff like Jason does because it's really hard to tell the exact story of what's taking place. But 10 people are dead, a police officer, and the story's terrible. And I'm not going to talk about gun stocks and bullets on a day when people died yesterday. Obviously, this is something we got to get a handle on. This has been going on a while. We've had shootings that have taken place for many years, and there's always a debate about how to deal with it. So, but today the market was weak. Hey, on my mind and your mind should be GameStop. Why? Because this is a meme stock. Not that we should care, although for full disclosure, I am long the stock. I'm long a little bit, like $100,000 worth. Why was that funny? I apologize. I'm long 500 shares. It's worth about 100,000. I wasn't trying to belittle the 100,000s a little bit, but relative to the size of the portfolio, it is a small position. They're coming out with earnings. Obviously, why do I care about GameStop? I think it's going to have a psychological effect on the market because this has been the big talk for the first quarter. Off that low bottom of $4 6-7 months ago, it's had a really amazing run, congressional hearings, all kinds of stuff happening with Cohen, Chewy, and what's happening with that guy who's on the board now. So we got to find out. Jason's going to report to us when he gets back about what's going on with GameStop. He's going to get caught up. We're going to brief you later on in the show. Later on the show, we're going to talk about our brackets. Those of you who are in the brackets kind of know who you are. You know who's winning, who's not. I assume Gonzaga won yesterday. Does anybody know? Can you check, please? And try to do it at a non-glacial pace, Skyla. Like maybe pick it up to like a Roadrunner pace. Exactly. Jeff, Russell down 3.5, much weaker than the broader index. Yeah, the small caps got hit pretty hard. I saw that for sure. Jeff, what'd you do with your Hall of Fame position? Nah. I got to wait for his text, basically. Yeah, I can't leave that. I think he's going to respond back to me instantaneously. I got to get used to that. Amazon taps the former executive former executive Adam. I can never say it. Shipskley to run AWS. That's replacing obviously the new guy who's taking over the CEO role. Let me go address some of the positions that I have. What's happening with the market? Obviously, POWW closes around. Oh wow, 637 or so. That got hit pretty. What's the percentage it got hit for? It was down 4.35%. So here's POW. It opens up 675, low of the day 615. Let's go to GameStop real quick in the aftermarket, or right after I go to POW. So let's look at this today. What'd you say? Okay, Gonzaga did one. So here we go, POWW. If we go on the screen real quick, you can see it was kind of 675 in the morning, traded off pretty much the whole day, rallied kind of halfway back. Obviously, it was a sympathy play with what was going on with Biden's comments. It was down 22 cents or 3.3%. That actually wasn't that bad relative to what it looked like for me. I'm going to switch over to GameStop. No, I really want to beat someone when I do this wrong. Let's see here. GameStop closed 81.75, down 12.74 today. I actually bought it in the hole. I'm long about 500 shares of GameStop. I'm actually not about. I'm long exactly 500 shares of GameStop. It's 184 in the aftermarket, up 225. Hi, Mom. Hey, I love that my mom's watching the show. Isn't that great? Mom, don't worry about what I said about Dina yesterday. I felt like later on it was a little mean, but, listen, what kids do with their parents is pretty tough. And I have a 15-year-old, and they're doing things to me too right now, right? This has happened. So GameStop's 185. We're going to get to that report quickly and find out what's happening there with GameStop. As I talked about, the broader market sold off today. And we talked about this yesterday, that the market felt a little heavy to me. For those of you know, I'm long the box trade, BOX. I held on to box. That was up 10 cents today. Box is that play where I think it's going to get bought. GameStop continues to trade higher. It's now 186. We're going to be following this. We really want to pay attention to this. Everyone knows we initiated a short position in Plug PLUG. Plug was down about 211 today. We're just kind of about flat in that. We initiated a position in Plug. The CLSK, which got hit pretty hard, Sparky, Clean Spark, as we like to call it, that was down along with Bitcoin. Let me get to the Bitcoin numbers real quick, kind of give you where Bitcoin is right now. So Bitcoin is 54.98, 54,965. I'm not going to cover Dogecoin, even though I'm long Dogecoin. And we're at 1,700 on Ethereum. As I said before, it's kind of a blah situation. We're looking at a blah period of time where there's not a lot going on, and the market seems to be drifting. Powell made comments today that didn't help people. I think that his comments, we kind of probably want the regulators to eventually maybe slow down some of their comments. It happens 8 times a year, but it seems like this week all the regulators are talking about things, chatting up things about what's going on in the marketplace. And hey, can you go check on Jason, see what's going on with him? So we're waiting for Jason to come join us. Let me go back to some more other positions real quickly here. So we talked about, hey, today I bought a position in Workhorse. Workhorse is back down to 14 and some change. Let me give you the exact price I paid for it. It was a small position, about 5,000. I keep saying small position. 1481, I bought Workhorse. Some of these NASDAQ names that are getting hit pretty substantially. Some of the EV stocks are getting hit, and so it's leaving an opportunity for me to start creeping into them. Now, I had a lot more Workhorse that I sold much higher, $17, $18, but I like the position mainly because Kathy Wood's a big fan, and as some of these stocks get hit, some of these growth stocks get hit, it leaves an opportunity for you to pick some of them up. Now, a reminder on this show, this is a show for entertainment purposes. We don't recommend any stocks. We're just telling you what we're doing in the market. Obviously, you got to look at your own risk profile and evaluate that with your investment professional. Jason likes to talk about EBON. We are long EBON. We've got about 15,000 shares of EBON. I think he put it up on the screen. Now, I'm going to pull this up if you could do it. Nick can pull this up for us today. EBON, not a lot of movement here. Kind of down with Bitcoin, fell back a little bit. These guys make their own Bitcoin mining machines. They're going to have their own exchange. This is a Chinese company. It's pulled back fairly dramatically for the last couple days. If you look at this, it was it was about 3 days ago. On the 18th, it hit 1231. We're buying it in the high 8s today. So we're buying all these things on a pullback. Why? Because we think Bitcoin continues to rally towards that $100,000 mark. You can come off the screen for a second. Let's go back to the screen now. Sorry about that. It was a quick change. You can see kind of Bitcoin, the way it traded off today. You have a 10% move down, or excuse me, 10.5% move down in Riot blockchain, which is kind of a default. Riot's obviously clearly become the default stock to trade as a proxy to Bitcoin. And earlier today it was 57. Let's see, look at the high of the day. 57, give or take 57.24. I bought Bitcoin for full disclosure, I bought Riot blockchain for full disclosure right at the end of the day. And I'm going to give you the exact price I bought it. And I got a starter position. It was not a lot of stock. I bought really tiny. You guys are going to kind of laugh a little bit, but I bought, let's see here. I bought 1,000 shares at 50.71, kind of right when it was closing. Wanted to be long a little bit because my thesis is Bitcoin's going to consolidate up here, and then there's going to be an opportunity for you to be in Bitcoin for that move, which what I think happens towards the end of the year, early next year, is a move towards more at like 100,000. Now, I'm not recommending Bitcoin. Everybody says this to me all the time. Hey, these are things that I want to put money into, that I believe in. I happen to work for a company that does some Bitcoin mining. I've been a fan of Bitcoin for a long time. The volatility is something really hard to stomach. But I think at this point, it's becoming institutionalized, and people are going to own this. And so I want to look for opportunities to buy on pullbacks. And as a proxy to Bitcoin, I like to trade Riot, because Riot's really focused, like it's a laser-guided bomb into Bitcoin. It has all of its emphasis and focus on Bitcoin mining, getting the cheapest cost for Bitcoin in terms of its mining capabilities, and expanding to A19. I think is it A19 pluses? It's the sort of the top Bitmain miner out there. So Riot's a proxy, but keep in mind, let's go back to the chart for a second. I'm going to show this. This is a chart of Riot for the last 6 months, and so keep in mind in November it was 329. Okay, it hit over 80. This is in the pre-market. Here you see a chart showing $70. It's up 1,700% or $47 over the last 6 months. Huge volatility, and not for the faint at heart. I would not be stepping up to buy Riot by any stretch. If there was a problem here, you could get yourself clipped. You got to be prepared to understand why you're taking that risk. So as we go back to GameStop here, and I don't have Jason at my side to be checking the news here, it looks like to me GameStop, which was, this is really volatile here. 87.5 in the aftermarket. Well, 192 in the aftermarket. Inside bar on some squeezing. This is literally, it's really important to understand with 5,000 locations and what's happened the last quarter. We really have to get an understanding as to what GameStop is saying, because it's really a huge focus of online investors and really kind of a test case for whether sort of the Wall Street Bets crowd really has more control over what they're doing or not, and whether that made sense for them. I don't know how you justify this price. It's a 190. This is it's really volatile right now, and I don't know what they're saying, but I'm gonna get on it and get to it as quickly as I can and report later on in the show about what's happening there. Quickly here, Jason's obviously going to join us. Jason, obviously 193 on GameStop in the aftermarket. I see GameStop up post. I'm seeing 193. It looks like it's up $11 in the aftermarket, but of course I have no news on what they're saying. For those of you, Jason is my partner on the show, and Jason does a lot of the analytical stuff for me and gets to the nitty-gritty of what's being said on the web. And we do a lot of ad-libbing here because it's in real time. As people know, the other day we bought Hall of Fame in real time on the show, and we want to do more of that. Jason, I see 193 and 194 on GameStop. It is all over the map here.
I am sorry I'm late, everyone.
The question is, Jason.
Yeah.
See, is it a little easier now? Huh? Jason's back.
Let me adjust this microphone.
You're not going to
here.
do this without me. I'm not going to do it out with you.
No, man. I'd rather we're a team.
You're a solo artist here. The question is how did the call go?
The call went pretty well, actually.
Am I getting what I want?
We're working on it. When I left, they were in deep thoughts like Jack Handy. Remember that?
Am I going to get what I want?
I would say 80% chance.
Okay, it's got to be higher than that. Okay.
Okay.
Can you tell the audience where we are on RIOT? On GameStop. What did we cover? We covered we're short plug. We covered RIOT. We went long Workhorse. We covered EBON, Box. We covered what happened on POWW. I kind of, in light of the fact that some people died, obviously 10 people died and a police officer, I didn't want to cover too much about POWW or give a lot of commentary, but I wondered if you had any take on it at all, on the comments from Biden today, or maybe it's too soon. I don't know what your thoughts are.
Well, they're using the tragedy as a political weapon, so I'm not too really keen on that.
Sure.
To be quite frank with you, the bodies are,
So I would argue with you that it's not right for them to politicize this right now.
Yes.
Sort of step back and see what happened and investigate. But okay, so let's go over GameStop. Do you want me to pull that up on the screen, or you're just gonna tell people where we are? Is this a press release on GameStop?
Yeah, keep the chart up. I like the chart.
Okay, let's go to the chart.
GameStop reports fourth quarter fiscal 2020 results, achieved 6.5% increase in comparable store sales during the fourth quarter. E-commerce sales increasing 175% for the fourth quarter. That's something that we are hoping they focus on with Mr. Cohen and shifting into more of an e-commerce business. It looks like expense reduction initiatives drove $409 million or 21% SG&A improvements in fiscal year 2020, strengthened the balance sheet and ended fiscal 2020 with $635 million in cash. I did not know that. So they have $635 million in cash. And of course, they announced the appointment of the technology veteran Jenna Owens as the new chief operating officer. So that is great. I'm trying to actually find the earnings themselves. Let's see what we got here.
Okay, this stock is 197, headed towards 200. I wanted to double our position. We only had 500, which is I said only $100,000 worth, but it looks like this thing is ripping. Is it ripping on the fact that e-commerce sales looks better?
Guidance and e-commerce sales, a shift to that would be ideal for them, considering that there's still a chance for lockdowns. I hate to say that, but I don't know. It looks like France is
198.
Yeah, when I told you I would like to enter this position yesterday, I had a feeling this would happen.
I doubled up. We're at 500. You said let's go to 200 or 300. I went to 500. I mean, I know it's not a gargantuan dollar amount.
That's the partnership side that works well, though. I find and identify the targets, and then Todd fat fingers the buy button because I'm a little more conservative than he is.
Are you implying I'm fat?
No, not at all. Just fat finger the buy button. That's a good thing. It's a compliment.
This is a very volatile stock in the aftermarket. It is 194. Jeez, I can't even keep up with it.
Hey, 193,
196.
Fourth quarter earnings per share, $1.34. What was the street looking for?
Is this overall positive here? Hold on a second here.
Yeah.
Roland's saying revenue 2.1 billion. Estimates were 2.24 billion.
That's not a bad miss.
GameStop now flying.
It's not a bad
Steve
miss.
Smith, what is this? ALPP. What do you think of? Quiet, Steve. What are you doing? I'm not going to acknowledge that. Roland says 191% for fiscal expense reduction initiatives drove $400 million in savings. 21% SG&A improvement over fiscal year.
There it is.
I got a real time reporter here.
Consensus by they missed the revenue by $55 million. 13 beats the estimated EPS by 13 cents. Okay, beats on the EPS, misses on the revenue, but guidance is key, and you're seeing this volatility because of that. There's a 5 o'clock Eastern time call that's going to explain further guidance. This thing's going to run either way into the 8 p.m. cutoff, in my opinion.
Right.
Yeah.
So what do you do if you're us and you're the audience here? Are you long, short? Are you up or down? Or
I think with us in particular, we would stand pat. I can't give any specific, I can't tell what
you
them
want
what
us
to do.
to stay long.
Yeah, I would just stay long.
We are up in this trade now.
Yeah, I would stay long. Again, this is for us.
We
This
went
is for
from
what
being
we do.
down in the trade,
Yeah.
adding more to being up. It's 198 in the aftermarket. We are up on the trade.
Yeah,
Would you add or would you stay away?
I would stay. I would stay.
You wouldn't add?
You know what? I mean, we have how many shares now?
We have 500.
500 at
500 represents
190?
about 100,000.
At 190?
No, we going lower. Look, I thought our average is what is our average?
I knew this would be fun today.
Well, I don't know our average.
I think we're
here.
190. When I alerted you, it was 188, and you probably had to buy the ask. It's probably 190.
Oh, our average is 189.75.
Okay.
You're right. You're
Well,
right.
close
190. So we're up $7 or $8 a share.
Okay.
Not bad for. At least we're not getting kicked in the head, right?
I mean, that's our only. Well, we have 3 winners today. Today was a bloodbath.
Plug was a winner, and we had made 10. We were up 10 cents on box, but we're down in it. Plug, today was a bloodbath. I mean, it just didn't feel like a good day. It goes back into what I was saying yesterday. It was kind of a blah situation.
It definitely. Let's see what we got here.
By the way, I saw on TV last night your head.
Yeah.
It's so red. It's like beaming on
so
the camera. I felt bad for you. Like, God, it looks painful,
Dude, it hurt.
Did it? Are you
Yeah.
putting a lot of stuff on it?
Yeah. I put some.
How did you get that red from being outdoors like that?
I was right on. It was perfect.
Yeah, you
Blasted me.
God, you got blasted, man.
Anyway, lavender and lotion, I'm good to go, man. It's not going to stop me. Looks like well, I can't say that word. There's a word that they call themselves, starts with an A. It looks like they're buying more on Reddit.
Why can't you say autist?
I mean, I guess I can. It's not really.
Is that a bad word? I mean, I never. What's the word now? I mean, you can't call him Mr. Potato Head anymore. Can you call? What's an autist?
I mean, they say it in a good way.
But what does it mean? You're autistic?
Yeah, like you're a little bit on the scale.
Is autistic a
Autism.
bad thing? I know people that are autistic and they're really smart.
A lot of the time when they're autistic, they're geniuses. They just have some different orders, like socially or certain things that they're not quite up to speed with. But whatever, they call themselves that. I'm referring to them as autists. That's fine.
So this position's back to 193 again.
Yeah, see, it's going to be like that. In 24 minutes, we're going to hear from them. They got a call.
Right.
So it's scheduled. I wish, we'll probably listen in after the show. What else did you cover? Did you talk about?
It's down now. It's down now. This is back down. This is a really interesting position.
192. I knew it would be crazy.
I mean, it's really interesting.
That's why I thought that position right there would be just fine. I wouldn't want to add any more. I wouldn't want to subtract any more.
I want to add a little bit,
All right, go
just
ahead.
in case.
Fat fingers, at it again, folks.
Why are you commenting on my weight?
No, just your finger weight.
Whatever, man. I want to be along a little bit more.
Hey, did you cover
190 plus 191 here.
Did you cover any marijuana stocks?
I did not cover anything. I got to tell you, it's the first time I did the show without you.
Yeah.
And so I covered some of the individual names. I went through a lot of them.
Right.
But it was a strange, weird feeling to have no one else on the show.
Trust me,
That's the first time I've ever done that.
I would have rather been in here than on that call.
I know, but do I need to worry that's going to happen or not? Come on, dude. Really?
80-20, 80-20.
Can't be 80-20. What was the biggest issues?
The MFA.
Okay. What's that?
Marketing.
Oh, come on. That's not an issue.
Seriously, they want that. That was the key issue.
For who?
Up front, the other side.
Yeah, they need to get it.
Up front?
Oh, up before day one?
The aggregate? Yeah.
All before it? No, you got to spend that over time.
Yeah, okay.
You're not going to spend that over? Oh, come on.
Okay, that was a sticking point. So.
Really?
Yeah, but we got some bulldogs in our corner, so.
For sure.
I'm not worried about it.
No, I covered POWW. I covered the market. Did we talk about Hall of Fame? I know that pulled back, right?
Yeah, that pulled back. TKAO, one of the non-fungible tokens.
Let's go to the Hall of Fame real quick. If we go to the screen.
Let's pick up the energy in here, man. I feel like
Dude,
we're down a little
you're
bit.
gone, man. Schedule your conference calls for the right time. The show starts at 1:05.
Yeah,
Conference calls are at 2 o'clock. I'm just kidding with you. Hey, so on the screen here, you see a pullback on Hall of Fame, 23.82%. Obviously, everyone knows we exited yesterday at 420.
I feel like my microphone's slipping down, Mr. Producer. Here.
Yeah, it's okay.
Sorry. Let me square this up.
All right. So,
All right.
What do you think about the fact that this pulled back? You talk a lot about. I mean, we should talk to the audience a little bit about how much these kind of 1 or 2 day runners. Why do they not turn into continual runners?
What do we have? What do we have for news? We didn't have anything really catalyst to drive this except for the hype on the NTFs, right?
Right.
The NFTs. I apologize. NFT.
I know, but I'm trying to get you to tell the audience your belief in when these are not clearly like there's some change in news, right? Just sentiment. Because you were kind of like, hey, this thing's going to die. You, when you look at these things, they last for a certain period of time. Why do they last for such a short period of time?
They just get chewed up and spit out, just like previous. In New York City in 42nd Street. You remember what happened over there on 42nd Street before Rudy Giuliani? Mm-hmm. Well, anyway, they get chewed up and spit out. There's really no sustainable legs on these things because there's nothing to really push them except hype and fear of missing out. And that only goes so far. And really, this is just, I'm not a believer in this. You know, some people don't believe in cryptocurrency. I don't believe in NTFs or NFTs.
But if they were to come out with an NTF plan, more substantive, and they were coming out with them and they demonstrated they were selling some, then maybe you'd feel it differently.
If they said, hey, we have these special limited edition Jim Brown digital, photographs, autographs, Jim Brown's the man, then I would say, hey, okay, maybe I'll be a believer. I mean, they do have opportunity to expand their horizons with the memorabilia, with all, they have the entire NFL.
But now they're on the radar, and they would be a sympathy play if NFT continued to be strong, right?
For sure. But for right now, the lookout below, as you can see, and TKAO was the other one. That was the one that actually started the entire run, TKAO, and that's a bloodbath also. And YVR, it's like Liquid Media, I think it is. Mm-hmm. That was the other one. I think it was YVR.
What's the other one you were saying? And what is
TKAO?
TKAO?
Yeah, let me make sure I'm telling you these things right here. I'm swinging for the...
No, that's the one you're talking about. TK. I remember this.
Yeah, there it is. That
still
ripped.
Up today.
Let's see what it did.
Dude.
Okay, look at it after hours, buddy. Smash in the head.
Why so hard?
Okay, because it's just running out of steam. The thing ran from $3 or $5 to $55. Look at the 5-day. I mean, look at this thing. Does everything just go? Look at that. I guess it went to 40. Look at, there we go.
Oh
Thank you. That's like 2 week.
So March 10th, it was $273.
Okay, there you go.
$8 on March 15th. Back to $5.99 on March 16th. Oh my, these are sort of parabolic, right?
Yeah. Now we're looking for. Now everybody's looking for allocations for shorts. They're looking to short this thing, in my opinion. It's had its run. Bulls made money on the upside. In my opinion, it's the Bears' turn to short this thing because. How did the story change? It was all hype. I mean, there's really nothing there that's concrete. So, I mean, there's no earnings report. There's no stimulus with regards to contracts. And that's the same thing with Hall of Fame. I mean, in substance, they have opportunity to increase sales through diversity of, these non-fungible tokens, but right now, there isn't any news that would lead us to say, "Hey, listen, they just increased their sales. They just formed 2 new joint ventures or new contracts." So people had their fun on the way up, and now shorts realize it's their opportunity to enter with limited risk and a lot of downside. So, oh yeah, I told you there was an 80-20 on that.
Yeah, well,
it's probably
happening right now.
It might be 60-40 now. You got a question from the viewers?
It's a challenge here.
Yeah.
Look if you could read that, you'll see what I'm talking about. So, although all of you who are watching the show, I'm the chairman of All Global, executive chairman of All Global Holdings on the NYSE American.
Yeah.
And Jason has a role at the company also, and we have day jobs, and so sometimes they interfere with. Things we're working on, and so we really can't comment on them. But I can see with the bubble.
Sure. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a problem.
Right.
Yeah, I'm about fed up with this microphone today.
Why is it bothering you?
I can't get the thing to stay. Does it need some Viagra? Like, what's going on here? What am I doing wrong here? Jesus, I'm on tilt right now.
Right.
For those of you poker players out there, you know what that is.
So
I'm gonna get a little assistance
hey,
on
Nick,
the
can we,
microphone. I'm not smart enough to use
Nick, can
it.
we go to the full screen real quick for a second?
Okay. Torque it down?
Great. That's the full screen?
Okay, I'm
Okay,
not
Nick,
gonna
can you
touch
stay
it.
right there for a
Perfect.
second,
Thank you.
please? Thank you. All right.
Let's not keep our eyes from GameStop here. Hold on one second. Excuse me one second. I want the viewers to take a look at GameStop. Hold on one second. Okay. Nick, if you don't mind, just flash that up for about 10 seconds. If you don't mind. Thank you. Okay, as we were speaking, GameStop has a wide range here. Closed at 181.75. Todd, the highs are high. Todd was really happy. Oh, look, we're up on the trade. 194, 195, 197. And now we're back down to 185. And if I had a theory, I would say that the scalpers after hours, they took their profits. I mean, they probably made $5 a share profit. And now we're waiting for the last 15 minutes before the executives come on from GameStop, and they provide some color commentary on the guidance for 2021. So this thing is going to be crazy. Right now it's 4:45 Eastern time. We still have 3 hours and 15 minutes to tinker with this stock. And believe me, there's going to be a lot of volume after hours. Even though this thing is at 186 a share right now, there'll be people from Reddit that just literally go all in for 4 shares, like 5 shares. Their entire account is $1,000. They'll put 5 shares in there just in solidarity with the rest of the Redditors. They just have this narrative that they don't want the shorts and the hedge funds to win. So they're going to stand tall as best they can. There'll be, 2 or 3 million individuals on Reddit with diamond hands meaning strong hands. They're convicted to the trade. They're not going to sell. They're going to ride it out. And then you're going to have these massive shorts, hedge funds. It's David and Goliath. So you're looking at the war right now after hours. And it's all going to come down to what they say about the guidance, forward-looking stuff regarding their plan with brick-and-mortar stores, and also regarding their plan with e-commerce, how they're going to divert some attention and some revenue to foster a new shift in paradigm to the e-commerce world. So as Todd kind of gave it back to me a little bit here, he stepped out, and I realized it's kind of hard to do it yourself, man. It's like a team. So
I don't know. Listen, I'm not Larry King, man.
Hey, this is hard stuff, man. I mean, this 56 minutes to just talk about the market is every single day. Do you know many people that are doing this every day?
Yeah, James Cramer every day.
Well, yeah, but how? Yeah, but look at his staff and his budget.
We have a staff and budget.
Okay, whatever.
Don't
The
be a
producer's
pansy, it's
cracking
fine.
up. So we're
It's just we didn't plan for you to be gone.
Yeah, I know.
When those guys are going to be gone, there's stand-ins and people who sit in for them.
Yeah.
And they have contingency plans and teleprompters. Not just, I'm not going to be there. Good luck to you. Right?
I mean,
Doesn't tend to work that way.
earnings call in 13 minutes. So I was telling the folks that it's going to be high variance, lots of swings, and then we're going to have the call. They actually have, how cool is this right now? So YouTube, all right, I got to give a shout out to this guy. Smash JT, 15,000 subs on YouTube. You should also find him and click the thumbs up button and subscribe. He's got a live stream right now. It hasn't started yet, but there's an earnings conference for GameStop in 13 minutes.
Nice.
He's got it set up, man. He's got the chat going. He's got 10,000 watchers. So in 13 minutes, or actually do me a favor, in 21 minutes, you can tune away from us and tune into this Smash JT.
Well, are we still going to be on the call when they start?
They will be on the call for
Yeah,
sure.
so those of you, the show's a little slow today, but we're going to cover the GameStop call when it gets started.
Fair enough.
Right? And
Yeah.
you can cover it.
Yeah,
'cause you're
absolutely.
here.
Look,
You showed up.
This is amazing.
Hey, can we get to some of the away from stocks for a few minutes?
Yeah.
Get to anything you want to cover, that'd be great.
Well, let me talk about one more thing. We didn't cover new home sales data that came out today for the month of February. And we're in Las Vegas, which is a pretty booming real estate market. I came from South Florida, another booming real estate market. Todd came from California, another massive real estate market. So sales consensus for February, the street expected 875,000 new homes that would be sold in February. And I was a bit surprised when the actual number came in 100,000 units less at 775,000 homes sold in February. If I had to guess why it came in 100,000 homes low, I would say higher lumber costs, but not just the costs of commodities. There was a lot of delays.
Lumber costs have doubled.
Yes.
Yeah.
And a lot of delays in supply. And also mortgage rates, we are spoiled. Mortgage rates rose to over 3%.
Sure.
So therefore buying power dropped for consumers, technically.
Sure.
So there you have a little bit of a couple of reasons why it could have came in. And also February is cold. I mean, it's geographically, there's only certain markets that would be happy to step out and look at new homes. A lot of places it's freezing, it's snowing. So yeah, so that's what we have for home data.
Got it.
Sports, obviously, we can talk about sports if you want to just step
got?
away. Well, we have March Madness up on your screen. You should have the final 16 teams. There should be a bracket that I preloaded. Yes, okay. So we want
Thank God, Jason.
The
There you
furthest, the most inner.
I asked earlier if Gonzaga won. No one answered.
Yeah.
You got to get Skyla to do it.
Yeah.
And glacially, she did it.
So listen, on your screen, if Nick wants to pull it up, I can direct you.
Creighton. There you go.
So the
Joe Kernan's going to be happy.
So the most inner boxes.
USC.
Yeah, they made it. Sweet 16.
What's going on there?
Give the folks a little scroll there so we can see everything. All right, so you got Gonzaga, Creighton, USC, Oregon. What's over there on the right? I can't quite make.
Baylor, Villanova.
Okay.
Arkansas, Oral Roberts.
Okay, now scroll down and we got 8 more teams to reveal. Yeah, there you go.
Michigan, Florida State.
Okay.
UCLA. Wow.
Hey, look at that, man.
Look at that. UCLA, Alabama.
Okay.
Syracuse.
Yeah. Houston.
Oh, wow. Wow, that's crazy. I know that this seems it's Captain Logical stuff, but Syracuse is only one game from the Final Four.
No, they got to go to the Grade 8, the Elite 8.
Oh, the Elite 8.
Yeah, Elite
okay.
8. Yep.
And then there's the Final Four.
Yeah, man, they win 2 more games. They're in the Final Four. They're an 11 seed. They got to win the Sweet 16. That takes them to 8. Then they got to win that game. It takes them to 4.
Got it.
So 4 games, they win it all. 4 more wins.
Oh, well, that's a hard task.
It is. They've only done
Not
it
easy
one
to
other
do.
time. It's
but
not
the
hard.
Sweet 16, you got USC and UCLA in there. That's great.
So
wow, and so Gonzaga's still alive.
look at the double-digit seeds though. Teams that are above a 10 that have slid in there.
11 for UCLA, and what is that for? Alabama's way up there.
Yeah, but there's Illinois, Chicago. What are they? They like an 8 or a 10 or something?
Oregon
Loyola-
State's at 12.
Okay, against who? A Loyola? What number
Loyola
are they?
Chicago, they were 8. It
So
looks like
they busted that bracket all. They crushed
Destroyed
that
it,
bracket.
right.
Yeah, okay. Houston's
Wow.
like a 2-ball. Houston's strong.
Wow.
That'll be. That's going to be.
Baylor's 1, Villanova. Oral Roberts is 15.
That's amazing.
Dude, who's rooting for Oral Roberts? Man?
Oral Roberts.
Everybody.
Shout out to Tulsa, Oklahoma.
There you go.
Good luck.
Wow, crazy.
I love the Cinderellas, man. It makes for great entertainment.
When's the next game?
Should it say on the calendar there? Is it Thursday or Friday?
Where's the calendar?
Look up top there, Sweet 16. And let me. Right up here.
February 27th.
March 27th?
March 27th. Is
Okay.
it that far away?
Yeah, it's this weekend.
The Final Four is April 3rd.
You want to play these games during the week. I mean, they had games yesterday. That was kind of disappointing. Okay, Saturday is the 27th.
Wow.
Is that when the Cuse plays? Syracuse? I believe they do. 28th or 27th.
Well, so I can see how it gets exciting. I never paid a lot of attention to March Madness. I know a lot of people love it. I never really paid a lot of attention to it.
Dude, it's for love of the game. They're
Yeah,
not
for
paid,
sure.
you know? So,
I wanted to hear. You had something on Deshaun. I wanted to hear about.
yeah, man, Deshaun Watson, horrible story.
But he wanted to be traded.
Yeah, he wanted to be traded, but listen, now he's fighting these civil claims. 14 civil claims. Incidents all took place while Watson traveled away on the road. Apparently, he has 14 civil complaints, all alleging sexual assault, sexual harassment. So it's all in civil nature right now. I just
This
want
is
to be
why
clear.
he played for Houston,
Yeah, when he played for the Houston Texans.
and he was traveling effectively.
Yeah. Number 4, the 14th accuser called him, quote, a serial predator, unquote. So this is kind of ugly. It has to do with some massage therapists that he had called for services, and stuff went further than just a massage. Let's just leave it at that. Allegedly. This is all allegedly. So, yeah, that came across the ESPN.com. Made national news.
Really?
Yeah.
So now he can't be quarterback?
I don't know the statement on the
kidding
Texans.
around. I'm
No, I
kidding
don't know. They probably have released an official statement. If they haven't, they will soon. I mean, innocent until proven guilty. It's civil nature.
How do 14 people get together all at one time?
Collusion?
They all knew each other?
No, you probably assign a small percentage of that, less than 5 in my opinion.
14 random people?
Yeah, it's unlikely. I mean, it's the same thing with Cuomo, right? You think these 7 people all colluded together and said, let's get him? I don't think
Right.
so. No, highly unlikely.
But one kicked it off and then others joined. He did that to me too kind of thing?
Yeah, piled on. You know,
Right.
because it takes some bravery to step forward first.
Sure.
So once that first person broke the dam, so to speak, then the rest of them were able to come forward. And so here we are, 14 accusers. Deshaun
Wow.
Watson. We'll see what happens.
Well, that was not what I thought you were going to tell me. I thought you were going to tell me he got traded to some other team.
No, they're trying to trade him to the poorhouse with these lawsuits. So yeah, we'll see what
Ouch.
happens. Again, it's just civil nature right now. So
So what do you want to cover on Tilray?
Tilray, I was looking at New York. It looks like they're still moving forward with marijuana legalization. So I was looking at some of the.
I'm gonna go to Tilray in a second, but let's not pull it up. I want to go to some viewer comments, and I want to spend at least 5 minutes there with them, and then we'll cover Tilray, and then we'll wrap it up. Robbie asked if we're still buying TRCH.
Torch, we're waiting on the merger. Nothing's really changed. They delayed it 2 weeks. Torch shareholders are still voting, so they're waiting to
Robbie,
get all
just
the
to be
votes in.
clear, Jason's getting us torched in Torch.
We are torched right now.
We own 100,000 shares of Torch,
It looks like my forehead.
and I want to make sure that Robbie has full disclosure. We bought it, I believe, at 220. And
We're wrecked right now.
We are wrecked in this position
For
right
the
now.
for the interweb kids, that's REKT wrecked.
Yeah, we own. I'm going to pull it up right now for him.
I mean,
We own 100,000 shares.
How much are we
exactly
down?
At 227. We're down 20 cents a share,
Okay.
about 10%. So we're still long. We haven't bought anymore. We are fully invested in that position because. So we're down.
20K.
We're down 20K, give or
okay.
take.
All right.
For
so,
Jason, that's like poker money.
yeah, that's
For me, it matters. I'm very sad. I can't. I don't know what's going to happen.
That's the other way
I'm
around.
very sad about it.
It's got a lot of upside.
Roland said he hit quad queens and ace king flush Saturday night. Jason, laugh out loud. He had to tell you that.
Wait, against an ace high flush, you hit quad queens? You got paid if that happened. Nice.
Wow.
Solid.
I was telling Skylar, everyone talked about their winners.
You know, when you have a flush, just for you noobs, respect the paired board. Just because you have the nut flush doesn't mean much. If the board's paired, you're going to lose to any full house. So I love that.
All I can tell you is GameStop is now down $24. It was $198. It's now $171.
Wow. That is crazy.
For you home gamers, that is a big reversal. Wow, what do you think of those apples?
We got 3 minutes. Let's see if they save it.
What'd they do there? Why is it? Why do you think it reversed so hard?
I don't know. There could be a leak. Who knows?
That is a brutal beating, man.
That's huge.
That is a big reverse.
Uh-oh. Wait a minute. Just as we spoke about HOFV not having any news, what's the stock doing?
Oh God.
What's the stock
Hey,
doing?
I feel like this is a roller coaster.
Do they have news?
Let's check it out. The stock. Holy smokes! Oh my God, dude! On air, it was $4. Your God has nothing. It is $5.88 in the aftermarket, up $1.88. It is rock. It's up 46% in the aftermarket.
Did they hear me? What in the
Let me
world?
hear you roar, dude. What'd they say?
I said nothing changed. They have no news. And
It's
then I
$6
looked, and it
almost.
just goes ham. Apparently they have a contract. I'm just guessing. Let me see what we got.
Wow.
Partnership with DLPN. Okay, DLPN. What's DLPN, might you ask?
I don't know. Stock is near $6.
Wow.
GameStop 168.
GameStop is absolutely destroyed.
GameStop's 168. We went from being up big to getting our proverbial it kicked.
They signed with Dolphin Entertainment. Hall of Fame Resort signed with Dolphin Entertainment. It looks like that's a leading independent entertainment.
We were up
marketing
$4,000 and we're
premium.
now down 16,000.
Holy cow.
Yep. There you go.
Hold.
That's risk on, and sometimes it's risk on stupidity too.
Looks like
Did we know whether we should have sold it at 198?
no, but do we know that Hall of Fame was going to rip with news to 6?
601 by the way.
We took profit at 450, 420, 430 along the way.
No, we sold it at 420. That was the
420,
highest price,
okay.
right? And then our buddy, I think is it John? John was long, or is it Jeff? It's Jeff.
Jeff, he was freaking out
Jeff
today.
was long, and it's now it hit $6 in the aftermarket.
Did he sell though at 3?
I don't know. What are they doing?
They got a partnership. Dolphin launches non-fungible tokens creation and marketing division. Expects first partnership in collectibles. Here's exactly what we talked about.
We just said they're going to probably announce that they're going to have a.
We did not
collectible
know
business.
this. I swear we would have
Oh
owned
my
the
God,
stock.
that
That's
happened
crazy.
live on the air.
That-
That'll be a nice little snippet. Like they're on the air, it happens. Boom.
That's crazy.
Just like that, Jason. These guys got no news. They got nothing going on. It was all hype.
Let's focus.
Blah, blah, blah. Announcement.
You know their 52-week high is $12.30.
And what do you mean? Now they're a token play? Is that what you're going to say to me?
That's just amazing. I don't want to buy the stock now.
Are they
Obviously.
a token play?
Yeah, it looks like they are. They're getting
Wow.
ready to take advantage of this. The NFTs.
So they're a token play.
Wow. That's just amazing. I'm more concerned about GameStop right now, though,
Why are you worried about GameStop?
because we actually have real physical money in GameStop.
But it would make sense that the Hall of Fame would take advantage of this, right?
Yeah, they were way ahead of the curve, though. Wow, they were ready.
They knew it was coming, kind of, right?
Yeah. Okay.
There you go.
See?
What are you going to do about it?
Live on air. You go. We were up what?
You
up,
go.
Up 3K, down 20K?
We were up about 5K.
Up 5K?
4K.
Okay.
And let's see where it went to.
It's not over yet, by the way. I mean, I know
we're
we're
chasing stuff
we're
here.
way down. This is amazing.
171.
Wow.
We were down 16,000. Now we're down 11.
Well, are shorts going to cover
We have
down here?
1,000 shares, which is $171,000 worth of GameStop.
That's just crazy.
Yeah, be prepared. Let's look at it.
The fight is not over yet.
Yeah. Let's go to the screen live and check this out.
Oh.
We're going to kind of, if we can do that, I don't know. Why does that happen? You can see over here where I'm putting the cursor. We were at 198, right? Here we go. 10 minutes later? 169.
They're 10Ks out. That's what's going on.
Really? What's
Yeah.
it say in there?
The stock under the ATM program.
They filed an ATM?
Ooh, let's see here. We have been evaluating whether to increase the size of the ATM program and whether to potentially sell shares of our Class A common stock under the increased ATM program during the course of fiscal 2021. It'd be primarily to fund the acceleration of our future transformation initiatives. The timing and amount of sales under the ATM program would depend on, among other factors, our capital needs. They have $600 million in the bank,
Sure.
and alternative sources and costs of capital available to us, market perceptions about us, and then current trading price of our Class A common stock. Well, they've got that covered.
Well, they did.
Well, still at 172.
Right. We kind of knew an offering was going to come eventually, right?
Well, nothing
but
yet.
they haven't offered anything.
Yeah, exactly.
They said they're looking at
They're
it.
looking at it.
Right.
Paper hands, shaking out the paper hands. This guy's a believer.
Let's get long, as they say, right?
Here we are. So double whammy. So a lot of DLPN shorts today, they got crushed with the announcement with Hall of Fame. GME conference call has started. So I know this isn't our typical show because there's so much information coming out. But this is what we have right now. We're bringing it to you. Real time winners and losers. Mostly losers today.
Yep, it's a bloody day today.
So
You got Hall of Fame at 577 in the aftermarket. Hey, make sure you subscribe and like the show. It's important for the algorithm, especially what's going on now, huh, Josh?
So yeah, you know what's going on right now is it's important to stress the bankroll management aspect of things. You know, when you take some beatings, you have to be positioned properly to absorb those losses and not trade with scared money. It's a similar situation in poker. You don't want to sit down with your whole bankroll. They'll chew you up and spit you out in a cash game. So if you have a $10,000 bankroll in poker, you shouldn't really be playing more than the 1-2 game, in my opinion. Usually the buy-in for the 1-2 game is 100 to 300. So that would be okay. The 2-5 game with a $1,000 cap, you would want at least 50 buy-ins, in my opinion, to reduce your risk of ruin. So 50,000. It's the same setup in stock trading. You want to make sure, well, in my opinion, you should never have more than 5% of your total bankroll in any one particular trade.
Hey, it's a weird day today. We've been our day jobs are in the way of what we're doing today. It's okay.
Yeah.
We're making progress on the day jobs. The market was tough today. You want to recap the market real quick for everyone?
175 with GameStop. The market, the Dow was down 308 today, 32,423. The NASDAQ was off by 150 at 13,227. And the S&P was down 30, 39.10. Oil keeps going down, $57 a barrel now. Maybe we'll get some gas prices back
Hey,
down.
for full disclosure, we put on a position on Workhorse today. Was small, 5,000 shares. We're long EBON. We own a little bit, tiny little bit of RIOT. We bought that in the hole at around $50 and some change. And we're enjoying watching Hall of Fame. After you call them out, they do an announcement after the close, which makes no sense to me.
They showed me.
Yeah. I don't know why they. Hey, so Hall of Fame is actually just around about 581, 590 trading there. And GameStop is 177. I don't know how to define volatility. In the dictionary under volatility is GameStop.
Well, I mean, a 10% move would be, what, 177? So you're looking at a 10% move either way. I mean, $17, that's 194. So, yeah, I mean, it's got some volatility for sure.
Little blah today in the market. Jason and I have been talking about the fact that we think there's a lot of blah going on.
A lot of blah. I have one idea for the folks that listening.
Let's go. Is this AUMN?
It is, because it's down in the dumps.
Holy Toledo.
Yeah,
Jesus.
They came out with another
Is this
pouring.
Golden Minerals?
Yeah, AUMN. They have expanded their drilling at the Rodeo mine in Mexico. It's down around 68 cents a share right now.
I thought we were going to buy a bunch. It's 71 cents in the aftermarket.
Is it? Okay.
You told me we're going to buy 1 million shares.
At the time it was 75. I wasn't comfortable at 75.
But are you comfortable now at 67?
At 67, I'm definitely comfortable.
Why did it trade up in the aftermarket?
That 71 could be somebody that just bought 25 shares at a high ask.
Right.
Yeah, we're looking at this for sure. They're doing more drilling. They have 2 mines. One is in full swing. So their all-in sustainable cost for gold is around $800 an ounce. That's really good.
Is it?
Yes.
Yeah.
What's gold at today?
1710 or something.
Okay.
Right.
So, yeah.
Where's the mines at?
This is in Mexico, Durango province. Yeah. They have some in Argentina, exploration in Argentina.
But actually producing mines, where
In
are they
Mexico.
at? In Mexico.
Yeah, Durango State, Mexico.
Do you know where Durango State is, Caesar? You know where it is? Now, were you actually born in Mexico or were you born here?
No, Mexico.
So if we wanted to go to Mexico, could you take us there?
I can translate.
No, but I mean, are you a U.S. citizen?
Yeah.
And are you a Mexican citizen too?
Yeah, probably.
Okay, so don't you want to go see this place?
Yeah, I would love
That'd
to.
be risk on. Let's go see Durango, Mexico.
Why don't I call Warren Wren, the CEO?
I mean, don't you always worry like that, there's actually a mine with a hole in it and there's actually stuff coming out?
Not really, because they're paying their taxes to Mexico. They would shut them down if they weren't. Yeah, we're good.
You are good?
Yeah, we're good on that.
There's a Mexican report of their taxes?
Oh, yeah, they're all over this stuff.
Hey, it is a little bit after 2 o'clock. Tough day today in the marketplace. Tough day for those people in Boulder, Colorado. Sorry to what happened to them. Our hearts go out to their families. What is it? People don't like that hearts and prayers stuff, or prayers and
Thoughts and prayers.
Thoughts and prayers doesn't help, but it does suck.
Yeah,
right?
it's terrible.
So a little somber about that. But all in all, the day was okay. We kind of expected this, did we not?
Yeah, the market's crazy right now. Like 178. I mean, this thing's going to go all over. 180. I mean, just it's
Right.
all over the place.
Hey, GameStop, the conference call is going on right now, and we would not normally care, but I think this is a theme, and a lot of people could get smoked pretty hard in GameStop if there isn't a logical choice here. It's March 23rd. This is the 36th episode of Risk On.
And you know what?
What are you doing tomorrow?
Listen, tomorrow we're going to have some long ideas. I'm going to go and dig in the crates and look for some undervalued assets.
Right.
And we'll give you a couple more ideas tomorrow. The rest of the day, enjoy watching GameStop.
Hey, the
And,
volatility's out there. We appreciate your day. A strange day in the market for us. I think every name except for 2 shorts were down.
Yeah.
Hey, we'll see you tomorrow. It's the 36th episode of Risk On. It's March 23rd for Brett, Nick, Josh, Skyla, special guest Caesar in the house.
Yeah.
Take care. See you tomorrow.